Alright, what's going on YouTube? Here we are at Sun City Harley, and we're going to take this bad boy for a ride. ...2017 model Street Glide Special. Alright, this is different. It's my first time ever on a bagger. So we'll just go for a ride somewhere cool. I can pull up and we'll do a little walk around and go over a few things on it, and then we'll put it through our paces. Man, these things are smooth. Right, we'll just sneak in here because there's a big empty car park. Somewhere with shade would have been good, but no such luck. Alright guys, what do you reckon? So this is a 2017 Street Glide Special. Does have the new Milwaukee 8 107 cube donk in it. So these are the liquid cooled ones, as you all probably know by now. Now this is all blacked out from the factory. This was Brent's demo. He rode this from here to Canberra. So he's put 8,000 Ks on it, so now it's time for the boys to sell it. But yeah, Freedom exhaust. I don't know what he's done too much in the way of options wise, but I don't think you need to do too much to these things. So flick down highway pegs and all that, we'll definitely take it out on the highway and give it a run. But look at the brakes on these things, man. Awesome. Such a big bike. The first thing I noticed was how smooth they are compared to my Dyna. Like, I know they've got those dampener things for the engines on these things, but man, it's a massive difference. I've only ever ridden Softails and my Y-Glide and the brother-in-laws, so yeah, this is a big change for me, man. But I like it. If I was going to be doing some long trips, the size of the fuel tank, pretty sure Brent said it was 23 litres, but I'll check it all out and put the exact capacity on the screen for you. But he was saying when he rode to Canberra, he got just shy of 400 Ks out of a tank, so that's a long way on one tank of fuel on a bike. Saddlebags, you could fit your whole house in there. That's fucking mad. But righto, let's go. So with regards to controls and everything, it's pretty much the same on most Harleys, so don't need to go through it on every single one for you. But indicators left and right, they're on each side. The difference with this and my bike is mainly these toggles down here. So the one on my right, hang on, we'll get going, is basically just to move around on the screen and press enter. So that's like your mouse is your right thumb. Your left thumb is volume up, volume down, and press it in is your home button. So no matter where you are on this main screen, you can press that and it'll take you back to home. So that's pretty cool. These things have got a stereo in them. You can even plug your phone in there with the little USB and charge it, and they even have an option to, if you got an iPhone like Siri, so you can actually talk to it. That's what this button here is for, but I haven't bothered setting any of that stuff up. So yeah, that's pretty cool. To toggle through your like your option screen up here, your trip A and trip B, there's a button over the back of this. So that's all your controls. Basically they're the same as every other Harley, so nothing too tricky to get used to there. I'm 6'2" and my feet are easily flat on the ground. Like, these bikes are made for big guys, but low enough for short guys or short girls to ride quite comfortably. They've even got a little weather vent. Know if you can see that, which wouldn't really worry us here, but all the guys that ride in the rain, I suppose that'll be a benefit. But yeah, that is crazy how smooth these bikes ride compared to my Dyna. That is insane. Such a big bike, it seems to lean fairly easy, and man, it's nice. I could really see myself riding this for a long period of time, you know. I actually like the floorboards. I didn't think I was gonna, but they are quite comfortable. This does have a heel shifter on it too. I haven't been game to use that yet, but I'll give it a go. Yeah, overall impressions, man, I'm pretty stoked with this. This is a nice bike. I've always been a bit of a bagger hater, to be honest, but I don't think I'll get converted straight away. But if I come into a bit of money and want to start doing more long trips instead of bar hopping, I'll definitely be looking at one of these. And the seat is comfy, straight up comfy. It sort of just hugs your ass. You don't move around or slide on it. It's good. I'll turn the radio up. I don't want to get done for copyright stuff, so I won't leave it on. Alright, let's nail it. Man, for a big bike, this thing's got some balls. I'm pretty impressed with that. Yeah, it's just so nice to ride. I know I keep saying that, but man, it is smooth. I thought the fairing would piss me off, but to be honest, it blocks a bit too much wind for my liking. I like to feel the wind a bit, you know. It cools you down too on hot days, but on a long ride I could definitely see the benefit. All the gauges, everything's right in front of you. You don't have to take your eyes off the road to keep an eye on everything. Now the cruise control, if you keep your eye on this screen, when I press it in, that orange light appears. That means you've turned cruise on, and to activate it, all you do is press this left thumb down and the light turns green and you got cruise. Man, how good is that? These things are that well balanced, like you could just no, you shouldn't do that, don't worry about it. But yeah, you could make a sandwich on the fuel tank, have lunch while you're riding along. No, don't do that either. But yeah, cruise is awesome. I definitely like that. That fly-by-wire thing is pretty cool. He was saying they do have a feature as well that when the bike is stopped, and it reaches a certain temperature, it stops one of the cylinders from working and acts like a big vacuum pump to cool it all down. It is a feature you can turn off, but it is turned off on this bike. But because a lot of the US police and stuff use them for doing parades where they're just idling along and they get hot, so that's a pretty good feature to stop you from cooking your bike. Obviously us air-cooled guys don't have that. Shit out of luck with the traffic lights today. Yeah, so anyway, I'll get it off the radio screen. So to do that, all you do is press the home button, boom, takes you back to the main screen. So, and then you use your other one, your little mouse, and you can, you know, let's put it on sat nav and see what's going on. So we'll just have a look at the map. There you go. Cruising along Dalrymple Road. And we'll take it out onto the ring road, which is like our highway, and we'll test out the cruise and the highway pegs and pretend we're going on a big ride. Man, it's so easy to speed on this thing. Alright, so I'll try and do like a set thing that I go through when I do test rides. So number one will be general walk around and what I reckon about the look of it. Number two will be controls. Number three would be what would I change if I owned this bike. And I think if I owned this, I'd probably change the bars. I like the comfort. I'd probably lift them up a little bit. I would be pushing the highway pegs out a bit more, I think. Oh no, when you sit your legs out on top of them, that's actually pretty good. That might be the whole idea actually. I've never used them before. It definitely needs an exhaust, which this one has. Intake, I believe, is just standard, so you got to do some go fast stuff to it. But don't get me wrong, this thing goes pretty good, but you always want more. No decel pop at all, eh, with this Freedom exhaust. Man, that lean angle's pretty good too. Alright, so let's chuck on the cruise, kick the legs out. Oh man. To turn cruise off, all you got to do is tap the brakes or the clutch and it goes straight away. So don't freak out if you've never used it. It's exactly like a car. So you just leave it on, get to the speed you want, press down, away you go. Man, this is pure comfort. I know why this thing's white too, to make it look like a cloud, because that's what I would imagine riding a cloud would be. They should call this the Cloud. That is awesome. So you can speed up while you got cruise engaged. Just tap it up with your left thumb. Tap, tap, tap. Get to the speed you want to get, which is better than my little cruise mate idea, but mine's not fly by wire, so no love for me. Oh man, I'm loving these pegs. I take that back, I would not move them forward. That is just perfect. I'm 6'2" and my legs are fully stretched out. If you had like your backpack on the pillion seat, you know, turned around so you could lean on it. Man, that is magic. I do notice with this fairing or windscreen, I can feel the wind. It's coming straight off and just hit me on the top of the head. It's got a little lip on it. That must be the idea, just to push it up. Yeah, wind doesn't start. You can't feel it at all with your hand until there. So it must just jump up. If you lean back, oh yeah, it totally misses you. Which you would be leaning back if you had your bag or something to lean on. Man, that is insanely comfortable. I could easily just ride the Cairns. 336 k's, and you could do it on one tank. So you can even overtake, then just back off, and it'll go back to what you set your cruise on. So if you're just overtaking a slow car or a truck or something like that, you don't have to reset your cruise control. That's good. I do think of all the little 1% things, eh? Yeah, you can really get out of the wind if you duck down. Hopefully that wind noise isn't too annoying on the audio. That's cool. You can stand up and stretch your legs. That's awesome. If your ass goes to sleep, which no doubt it would eventually, no matter how comfy it is, you can only ride for so long. Being able to stand up, that's a benefit of floorboards, I suppose. But man, when you can just kick your legs out, like, check that shit out. You can lean back on one of these saddlebags, man. I should have brought the front camera so you can check this out. This is the definition of relaxation. I'm fucking digging it. So turn cruise off, tap the brakes, tap the clutch, or press the button. But if you do press the button, you need to reset it. Like, you can't just press up and it'll go back to 103 or whatever you set it on. Well, I thought we would have scraped then, but we didn't. That's surprising. Slow down, mate. Don't need a speeding fine. Use your cruise control. Oh man, I would use that all the fucking time. I feel like doing the Titanic fucking thing. I do have my arms out. Can't believe how well balanced they are for big bikes, man. You just sort of move your ass and you can move the bike around. This thing is for sale too, if anyone wants to buy it. I don't know how much it is, but I'm not a salesman, so ring the guys. Sun City Harley in Townsville. 2017, done 8,140 k's. Harder than a 14-year-old schoolboy. Righto, so while we're just cruising along, going back to the dealership, I'll tell you a funny story. So yesterday we went on that big group ride. There was, well, I haven't done the count yet, so I'm just gonna guess 60 bikes. But we come back from that, we're back at home having a beer by lunchtime. Just up here actually at the bowling barn. But I decided to get stuck into the Legend Air Ride suspension for the Dyna, so I put on the stand and started ripping it all apart. And it was a hot day, man, so I was having a few cold tins while I was doing it. By the time I'm nowhere near finished. I probably spent half the time just sitting there drinking my beer looking at the bike. But anyway, I got both shocks on there, but I'm having dramas getting the wiring to run through the bars so it looks pretty, but I'll get there today. Yeah, I'm packing up and I see this little tail sticking out, so I grab it and pull it out, and it's probably a 4 foot long snake. So I don't mind snakes, so I picked it up, and I thought well, generally I'm quick enough just to grab them by the head so they don't bite me, but I had a few beers by that point. So when I went to grab him, he moved forward a bit. I grabbed him about 2 or 3 inches behind the head, spun around and bit me. And I don't know if you can see on my thumb, there's like a semicircle of teeth bite marks. Hopefully you can see that. But anyway, I didn't have my GoPro, but I did have my phone, so I did a little video. So you got to watch the Legend Air Ride build video, and you'll get to see a funny little outtake. But yes, that's going to take a lot longer than I thought, mainly because it was a hot day and the beers were nice and cold. So a little more work, little less drinking next time. And yes, I did release the snake unarmed. My wife's not a fan of snakes, so I put it in someone else's yard. And they listen to me. Here, look, all the gravel's gone. Here we are, we're back. Alright, I'm gonna see what else he can let me take for a ride. The stand's a lot easier to get to than the diner as well. Righto, so that's it. That's the Street Glide Special. That's awesome. I am a fan. Hope you've enjoyed that, and I didn't blab on too much shit, but if I was wrong with any of the specs, I'll put them all on the screen so I'm not misleading anyone. But righto guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Press like and subscribe and headbutt the screen and do all those cool things, and I'll catch you later, eh? See ya.